Previously on Sim's Big Brother, the ghost of Larry paid a visit, but the scariest thing in the house was Karen's volatile temper. So, by a unanimous vote, Karen was evicted from the Sim's Big Brother house. Who will be the new head of household? Find out on this episode of Sim's Big Brother. New week, new head household competition. This time it's the logic skill. So I put a bunch of chess tables in the backyard. The house guests will use them as much or as little as they want, but only the person with the highest logic skill level will be the new head of household. I've also added the Whipped Dream Cupcake Factory, which will influence the game at some point, which I'll explain when the time comes. For now, it's a fun treat for the house guests. All right, here we go. Our first chess player, Heather, is coming out to the tables. Heather was the first HOH of the season. Can she do it again? 2 hours later, and Heather is back. No one else has even been out here yet, so she is definitely in the lead so far. Dan's scaring Heather, all in good fun. They're getting along really well, and since the social part of this game is so important, maybe they're less likely to nominate or vote each other out. Cowboy Dan is spending some time with Mimi, and it looks like he's eating cake for breakfast. As we know, Cowboy Dan is in an alliance with Dex and Arturo and possibly Mimi, but there are less people in the game now, so the chances of being nominated are greater. So Cowboy Dan is doing his best to keep a solid relationship with everyone. Ooh, maybe Mimi and Heather should form an alliance. Ooh, Cowboy Dan is going outside. Is he going to play chess? Yes, he is. He's headed for the chess tables. So they can practice alone or play against someone. Either way, it builds their logic skill, which is the goal this week for head of household. Dan's talking to Heather again. For a while, Arturo was the most well-liked house guest, but I think Dan is trying to dethrone him. Nope. Heather is leaving the conversation to go mourn Larry. Here comes Arturo, finally getting in the game. Okay, Dex is playing, so now everybody who's eligible to be head of household is on the board. Mimi was head of household last week, so she can't win again. Ooh, Mimi is going to give chess a try, even though she can't be head of household again, but it will be funny if she ends up with the highest logic score. And Arturo's just sitting by, hanging out. Now we have 4 people sitting at the chess tables and only one person actually playing chess. This is not a hangout spot, guys. It's a competition. Look who's back again. It's Ghost Larry. Ghost Larry is floating through the beach bedroom. Oh, he's getting into one of the beds. Now, his entire time in the house, Larry was a have-not and had to sleep in an uncomfortable children's bed, so I don't blame him for wanting a good bed for once. Okay, the one downside to Larry's visits is he's always leaving these puddles of what I assume is ectoplasm all over the house, and everybody has to clean them up. And now he just broke the toilet. Thanks, Ghost Larry. Here he is on the treadmill, leaving another puddle of ectoplasm. Now he's haunting the coffee maker. Dan says, "Oh, there's a ghost!" Tex is like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" I'm talking about a ghost. A ghost. Oh, he's just Larry. Ghost, Larry, and Dan cordially shaking hands, and Dex is mopping up the ectoplasm. Looks like that's it for Ghost Larry's visit this time, but I'm sure he'll be back soon. Bye, Ghost Larry. Finally, somebody is making cupcakes. This is the first time I've seen anybody make cupcakes. So Dex is making some cupcakes. This is a really complicated looking machine, but Dex seems to know exactly what he's doing. Wow, all that work for one cupcake? Dex put his cupcake on the table and he's doing some sit-ups. I guess he thinks if I'm gonna eat this cupcake, I better do some ab work. You're good, Dex. Just eat the cupcake. Arturo's working on his logic skill. It looks like Heather is foregoing a shower to work on her logic skill. We've got a lively conversation going on in the kitchen between Dex, Mimi, and Heather. I honestly, at this point, don't know who anybody would nominate if they got head of household. The only time I'm looking at their relationship status is for nominations and for evictions. Beyond that, I don't know who's connecting with whom and how well. It's part of the fun, the element of surprise. Like last week, I never would have guessed Arturo was as popular as he is, so it's anybody's game. Lots of action at the chess tables in these last few hours before the HOH is crowned. We got Cowboy Dan, Dex, and Mimi. Another cupcake maker. Heather's making a cupcake now. Just one single cupcake. Ooh, she is proud of that cupcake. Arturo is bored. Well, it's always been my philosophy that only boring people get bored. So there's always something to do, Arturo. Find something to do. Quit complaining and quit being boring. So it is time to crown our new head of household. Right now, Mimi is the only one who's playing chess, and she can't even be head of household since she was last week. So I think the others have played a pretty decent amount. So let's find out. Who's it going to be? So I'll open up their skills and look at their logic level. Just using Mimi's as an example, hers is pretty high in level 1. Arturo is just barely on level 2. Cowboy Dan is about halfway through level 2. Heather is just a little bit into level 2, more than Arturo, but less than Cowboy Dan. And lastly, we have Dex. Dex looks to be a little bit more than halfway through level 2. To me, it looks like his is the highest, but just to be sure, let's compare him to Cowboy Dan. So flipping back and forth between them, you can see Dex has the higher logic skill level. So there you have it. Dex is the new head of household. He went from being on the block to having the ultimate power in the house. So who will he nominate? Find out on the next episode of Sims Big Brother.